Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to a brand new video. We haven't made a video in a while. Yeah, it has been a while. We got some news to talk about. We've got a few things I do want to go over. Yeah, I've been wanting to make videos, but there's legit nothing to talk about because it's been so quiet the last 4 days, I think. Of course, we got the Scum game on the weekend, our first preseason game. So yeah, there'll be a watch along for that. By the way, the watch along will be here. I will be here doing a watch along. I might do a little preview and like my predicted 11 for the game and that, and talk about the game. But yeah, I'm going to talk about a few things. The first thing we have to talk about is the goalkeeper situation. Now, it has come out that with Savage, of course, we made inquiries about Savage trying to go in for him. There was inquiries, there was stuff talked about with the inquiries, and us being like, should we go for him? Are we going to go for him? Are we going to try and get him? And it came out that Italian giants, of course, Napoli, have basically come in and said they're having him. So yeah, they're gonna basically get him. Savage is basically over. That's all there's really to say. There's not much update on Savage really. The only update is basically he's gonna go to Napoli and Leeds United will not be able to get him. So we just need to move on to our next target, which whoever that is, I don't know who we're gonna go with. Of course, we wanted Nick Pope as well, who's someone I wanted, and now he doesn't want to leave Newcastle. We all heard that. But the goalkeeper for me, I've always said this for a little bit now on my hair. I've talked about this for a little bit now with the goalkeeper, but with the goalkeeper, we can wait until the end of the window. For me, the goalkeeper can be the last thing we do because I'm looking at the squad and I'm like, I'd rather us get the number 10 in, the striker in, the left winger who I think we need in, and before we get the goalkeeper. I'm fine with us getting the full outfield squad and then getting the goalkeeper like a week or two before the season starts. I know people will still be panicking, could be like, the season's about to start, we don't have a goalkeeper, but I do think we'll get the keeper over the line before the season starts, whenever that is, and I think we can wait till the end for that to happen. Which I'll be fine with. The other news we have to talk about is Jack Harrison. Now it has been basically we don't know about his future. He's unsure about his future. The club are unsure about his future. They don't know if they're gonna let him go or keep him. I mean, everyone knows my stance on it. I like Jack Harrison still. I think he'd be good for the squad and good next season because he's Premier League experience. He's played over 170 games in the Premier League. You don't play that many games and you're a shit Premier League footballer. You can't be shit and be championship level, which I've heard people talk about Longstaff as well. Which I mean, with Longstaff it's ridiculous because it's been 7 years in the Premier League. But people that say Jack Harrison's championship level, he spent 7 years in. I'm sorry, not 7 years. Jack Harrison has spent over 170 appearances in the Premier League. A lot of those with Leeds, yes. But whenever he did play for Leeds, didn't have a bad season in my opinion. I think he was good in all of them. I think there's this rhetoric about hot and cold Harrison, even though if he's hot and cold, the rest of the squad in will not be hot and cold. They'll be mostly cold because it's the Premier League and we're going to be near the bottom of the league. If we're near the bottom of the league in a relegation battle, there's not everyone's going to be hot and cold because you're going to lose a lot of games. They're not going to be very good every single week. Like it makes no sense when I hear the whole hot and cold Harrison thing. In my opinion, when you look at that and you go, well, of course he's going to be hot and cold because we're going to be near the bottom of the league. So we're going to lose a lot of weeks, so he's not going to be good a lot of weeks. That just confuses me. But yeah, Jack Harrison, there's uncertainty about his future. I'd be fine with either. I've already said this as well. I think it'd be a good option for us, but I'd be fine with him leaving as well. I think we could see one of the wingers go, and whether that's for me, the two that I think will either leave is Harrison or Nonto, because we could get a good price for Nonto, which could help sign someone, help with PSR, of course. How cheap we actually bought Nonto for. And not only that, but I do think Solomon's going to be back at Leeds before the season starts. I think Solomon will be back through the door at Leeds United, with Spurs buying Kudus. And I just think they have so many attackers, they're going to let Solomon leave. I think it'll cost between 20 to 25 million, which I'm hoping the club don't say that's too much. Or say, what's the other phrase they say? We'll try, but it's going to be hard to do. Just get it done. Especially, the whole thing it's hard to do, and the whole thing about this, the main thing why it annoys me is because the club said to us, we have 30 million each position. We haven't even spent 30 million all up. So you've got the money. In my opinion, Longstaff's worth 15 to 20 million. Premier League experience 7 years. But yeah, with Solomon, I'm hoping the club don't go, 20 to 25 million, that's too much for him. And then they don't go for him because I think he's good enough. I think he'd be a good player for us, and I think he's someone that should be at Leeds United. And now the last thing we have to talk about is actually a striker that we are linked to. So we're linked to a new striker, Evan Gusend. I think that's how you say his name. But he's also linked with multiple other clubs. Sunderland, of course, being one. Brighton, of course, being one as well. I've seen also links to Spurs. I've seen links to. I just saw a link there to Villarreal. I don't know how many of these are true, but there's a lot of links. I think I saw a West Ham, Spurs, Villarreal. There was another one, but yeah, he's linked to a bunch of clubs basically. So I don't think he's going to come to Leeds. Would I take him at Leeds? 100%. He's a striker who can also play right wing. Um, he this season he played 42 games in the French league. So he plays in Ligue 1. He plays for Nice. So he played 42 games this season for them with 3,086 minutes, scoring 13 goals and 9 assists. He played 7 games in the Europa League, scoring 1 goal in that. He played 33 games in the league with 12 goals, 8 assists. So that's pretty good. The previous season, the 23-24 season, he played 38 games for Nice, playing 1,774 minutes, getting 7 goals and 0 assists. The season before that, he got 44 games played, 2,079 minutes, 5 goals, 2 assists. And then that's kind of like the start of his season, really. The 2 seasons before that was 25 games played, 1 goal, 2 assists, and 37 games played the season before that, which was 2020, 2021, where he got 7 goals, 3 assists. So he's had good seasons. I would take him at Leeds. I'm not saying that he would be my first choice, but that with how many links have been to him, with how many clubs I've seen actually linked to him, this one I don't think is going to happen. There's a lot of clubs linked to him. There's a lot of different clubs linked to him, different leagues. Teams that are going to be higher up than us in the Premier League. So I think people need to, when people see these links and say, why would you go? Like, I've seen people people say things like, why would someone go to Brighton instead of Leeds? I'm like, don't you see where we are at the moment? I get we're a big club, but where we are at the moment is just a newly promoted club, and it's a bigger risk coming to Leeds than going to. It's a bigger risk coming to Leeds than going to a West Ham, Wolves, Everton, and anyone up there. It's a bigger risk based off the last 2 seasons, based off what's happened. It's not. I'm not saying these players won't come that are linked to other clubs as well up further up the league, but it's one of those things of you got to look at it like it's more of a risk to come to Leeds United based off recent history. But yeah, if you guys like the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I just wanted to talk about a few things. But yeah, I'll probably make a preview going into the Scum game. As I said, I'll talk about the lineup and that. Make sure you please subscribe if you haven't already. And I might see you guys again later today. Hopefully, if we get some more news, maybe even a signing through the door, please, because it's getting a bit worrying how quiet it actually is. Like, I'm calm still right now, but I do want to get some things through the door. Please, Leeds United. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.